be professional. What was I saying? I mean, having a meeting and like posting on Instagram are literally two different things.
I guess it's normal though. It's like us having a normal conversation. We have conversations.
That's literally what I'm trying to like view it as. That's how I'm just chilled out, just relax. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Now I'm fine. I'm just really work has been like super hectic. Just with like all these stores opening up, so it's been a lot of late work hours on a thing anymore. It's like work until whenever really. I finished at like 10 on Thursday.
Yeah,
so I'm quite
That's
tired.
crazy,
but otherwise I'm okay. And you?
I'm alright. You're still working from home?
Yeah, but they want us back tomorrow actually.
But does that mean that my dad goes back as well?
So he only comes in like twice a week anyway. So there'll be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think he'll be fine. But I'm gonna see if I can work from home because my productivity hasn't changed,
Oh, my productivity is so low at home. It's actually quite crazy. It's not low, but it's like not where I would want it to be.
When do you guys? Are you guys doing exams or what?
No, we just have like a bunch of assignments and this essays and stuff. So it's just been that, But I don't know about exams. If I'm writing on campus or if it's going to be an online thing again, because I just wrote a semester test yesterday online. So that was okay because it was kind of like completing an assignment, then you submit it. So it's same thing. There's nothing different, but I mean, I still want that exam pressure. You know what I mean? Because if I write exams and I'm still at home, I'm like gonna chill, and I'm so scared for myself.
Chill.
So it's tricky. It's
good to see you. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for finally having me after months and months and months, actually years, because Art Dealers has been around for like quite some time now, and I've been asking.
That's true. I apologize, but it's better late than never,
That's true. I'm quite excited though.
That's gonna be cool.
Very excited.
Anyway, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's your resident Black Spider-Man, Karabo Mdluli. We are here with none other than, actually, I'm going to let her introduce herself. Who am I speaking to?
Hey everyone. I am, so officially, my government name is Mpho, but I'm known on the socials as Mo.
Yes. So the people are going to be wondering, we have the same surname. So please explain the connection.
We are fortunately related. Like we're actually like proper cousins. Like first, like here.
Yep.
Like here. Right. There's not like you're a cousin of a cousin of a cousin. You're like blood. So
exactly.
We're best friends.
We're best friends. We're like siblings basically. Our fathers.
We're basically our siblings. Yeah.
We're basically our siblings. Yeah. Our fathers are brothers, which is awesome. So we've known each other our whole lives. So I wanted to get you on just because, first of all, we have great conversations in general, like all the time. And obviously, like you say, Art Dealers has been around for a while, and you have gone into this whole social media space. And I wanted to get your input on it, and for people who, in a sense, will look up to someone like you, or look up to someone who has a profile or a platform.
Look up. That's what's intense. Look up.
You're also you're quite tall, so people will legitimately look up to you.
People, it's actually Badabush. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned when I shoot videos with Tato, right? And then we meet subscribers, like let's say on campus, etc., or at shops. They're like, Mo, you're so tall. Like in videos, like we wouldn't think you're like this tall. I'm like, thanks. I don't know like what to say. Like I hated being tall for such a long time, but it's a family thing.
Yeah. No,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I wanted to get you on just because, like I said, people similar to you have a profile and all that kind of stuff. It would just to kind of impart your knowledge and, also just get your take on things like the industry, pop culture, and all that kind of stuff. And so I just wanted to, before we kind of get into the questions that I gave you to preempt you and stuff, I wanted to just get your point on how you've been feeling, just with regards to the lockdown. How's your family doing, and how have you been doing university and all that kind of stuff?
It's an adjustment. It's a huge adjustment. I mean, I live at res. I live away from home. So from first year to second year, I've adapted myself into full independence. So you can imagine now I've been thrown into this now new cycle of having to get used to being at home and like having to like not rely on, but my parents are not relying on me. I have chores to do. I mean, mind you, when I was at school, it was like there's no chores. I like eat dinner and then I just chuck my plate there and then I just carry on studying. But now it's like I have dishes to do, like there's this to do. So it's a huge adjustment, and also just trying to get myself in the working space, and because I'm at home and I associate home with like it's my time to come home after the long week that I've had at school to relax. But now I have to like change that mindset and be like, I'm at home, but I'm not supposed to be relaxing. I'm supposed to be working. So I'll just fix this. So it's just like, it's a huge adjustment that I'm just trying to get used to. And I think my family is also trying to get used to me being home, because I guess that's also new for them as well. But yeah, it's just trying to adjust as best as we can, or as best as I can.
Yeah, and how's like with school and everything? How's that been? Like, I know a lot of my friends who are in varsity are just getting, pumped with assignments and a lot of work. People are very, very stressed out and all that kind of stuff. How do you handle it?
For some odd reason, like you just mentioned, not getting pumped with assignments. I feel like ever since everything went online, I'm drowning in work. I've never like felt so overwhelmed with work before. But now I just feel like, I don't know if it's a thing of like now the lectures are like going online. So now they're like, yes, let's just throw all as much as work as we can. Like I've never felt so like overwhelmed by work pressure and workload. Like I'm always on top of my game. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, like where is all this? I don't know if it's final year or if it's like the online thing, or if it's, I genuinely don't know what to say it is, but it's just, it's new. It's so frustrating. It's like, school's very frustrating at the moment, but again, just trying to adjust to this new reality.
For sure. And now, speaking of, what are you studying? What are your interests? Just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am studying BA Visual Studies. So it's basically I do a lot of theory on art history. I read a lot of art journals. I write about a lot of art movements, art pieces. I write a lot. I read a lot. So my degree is basically words, which I love because I do have a blog. So writing and reading really is my thing. And writing and reading about art is just literally like my passion. So that's my degree. My interest, as I said, definitely my blog. I write about different artworks and how those artworks relate to life experiences that I've had in the past and how I've learned from those life experiences. So I just try to do like a different kind of like twist on writing about artworks, so I don't sound too much like a critic. I use art to explain life for myself, essentially. Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah, and it's just about, I mean, I guess the space that you are generally speaking about is this whole creative space that we both seem to be in. You just mentioned you had a blog. So what's the blog's name? How did you start the blog? What was like the basic steps in wanting to start it?
So I've always been into art. Like art's just literally been a thing of mine. So in grade 11 or matric, I was like, I mean, I love reading. I think I'm quite good at writing. So why don't I just create my own space where it's my rules, my type of writing, any type of language is accepted. I'm not restricted to like an academic box. You know what I mean? I can be free, I can be cool, I can say what I want, freedom of speech. So then that's what created my passion for the blog, and that's what fueled the drive to just create my blog and just kind of have my own space where I have my own voice about what I love, essentially. Yeah.
No, that's really, really cool. And just with, how do you get creative inspiration? Like, I guess with us, or I'll use myself as an example. I find like inspiration from a whole bunch of different things. Like, I also love arts, but I'm not an artist personally. So I love looking at art and like different mediums of art as well. Like obviously like oil paintings versus mixed media and, you know, acrylic, you know, all that kind of stuff. I love looking at different styles as well and adapting it to like my art form. You know, I'm more on the graphic side, graphic design, fashion, all that. So like, that's how I find creativity. Like, that's how I get my creative juices. What about you? How do you fuel your creativity?
I think definitely I would say my degree definitely has opened me up to a lot more movements that I was never aware of, and I never really gave myself time to be aware of. So definitely my degree, I would definitely give social media obviously a shout out as well. Just going through Instagram, going through just like weird, like it's so weird. I find different artists in like the weirdest ways. Like, let's say you will post about like X, Y, and then I'll click on that person and I fall in love with the artist. So just through people, through social media, through links, basically like that. That's literally how I find my different artists. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. And speaking about social media, obviously you got Instagram really late, like in comparison to a lot of people.
That's actually very true. I got one in first year, last year.
Yeah, you got it really, really late. And I swear you were very anti-Instagram because
for a long time. You always used to say like, get Instagram. I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Like, I wanted to tag you in photos and I couldn't. Where was I going to tag you?
Yeah, I was so scared of Instagram for like quite some time, not gonna lie.
How come?
Because I just felt like just Instagram, I just associated with this perfect persona. So I just had to like have an interesting life. Like, my life has to be perfect, because I mean, obviously when I post, like, it has to be interesting. I'm not gonna like, I have to have an interesting life in order to have Instagram, in order for people to like my post and to kind of like, you know, get that following and just to impress people, if I should say, which is like obviously not a thing, because I've learned it's not a thing, definitely. But for the longest time, I mean, not even lie, from when Instagram started to, like, let's say 2 months before I got Instagram, that was my mindset towards Instagram for the whole time. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think that there is still an element of that for a lot of people. So I don't think
definitely.
I definitely think that you, like, I don't know, I would say that it's because of that there's been like this whole age that we live in now where the rates of like depression, anxiety are like extremely high. I think for me, I would say that a lot of it is attributed to this image that people are meant to have on Instagram, or the image that they see on Instagram that they want to have. And I think it's like such a big part. I'd say like it's definitely affected me, because obviously I've been on Instagram for a while. I wouldn't say that I have pressure to maintain a certain aesthetic. Now I post what I want, like, and I just do whatever. But I definitely, what makes me, I'll be honest, like, what gives me like anxiety is that I always wanted to like look aesthetic in the, like, aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, you see,
so I'll be like, I'll have like a bunch of photos, but I'll be like, I'm not gonna post this because it doesn't look nice in the timeline or whatever the case may be, and it like genuinely makes me anxious, you know. So I definitely see what you're saying. But speaking about like the social media age and space that we're in, you've transitioned into somewhat of an influencer, as people would say. And talk us through that, the whole new career, YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Like, how's it been for you? And so let's start with how did it all begin?
So can I tell you, literally, it all began with Tatora Mbedi.
Yes.
If no one knows who he is my boyfriend. He's a YouTuber. So he introduced me basically into this social platform. It started with just slowly, like, he'll just like give me like a young cameo on his like vlogs, and I'd be so nervous. I'd be like so scared, because you know me, I've been the most private person in a long time. Like I have Twitter, but I think the last time I tweeted was like in grade 7. I'm turning 21 this year, so that says a lot. So yeah, so just like he just gave me like the confidence, like the young cameos. He'd be like, babe, just hold the camera. Then I think I just gained this confidence, like being on the social platform isn't as like nerve-wracking, isn't as I don't know if I don't know what the word, but isn't what this negative perspective that I had given it to be, you know. So slowly just started gaining my confidence. Then we started a segment, like a whole segment on his channel, just him and I, videos about him and I, what we do in our life and our routine. Then you can imagine, obviously, I started getting used to that, and like being on YouTube, and let's say being a YouTube talent, that definitely boosted my confidence. Then he was like, listen, in order to grow our brand, in order to grow your brand, I really think Instagram is the place. And I think when we had that conversation, it really came at the right time, because I had gained the confidence to be like, you know what, I'm ready. I don't care what people say. I want to show people my life. I want to invite people into my space, into who I am. I want to be able to show my interests, my likes, and just want to post. Like I was ready to post and get into that space. So yeah, and then we got Instagram. He still does. He helps me with posting, and he was helping with me with just with all like the details and stuff like that, in terms of when it comes to like posting and taking pictures. My sister, by the way, didn't give her credit, she helps me with my pictures as well. And just seeing the love that I was getting and how people were relating to what I was giving out, I think that really fueled my love for being on a social platform. You know what I mean? So I think it's just seeing that, like, what I thought before about Instagram, what I thought before about myself not being relatable, that literally was completely washed away when I allowed myself to be confident to be on a social platform. So shout out to Tumelo really.
I'll put his YouTube up again. Put him up there. Let's overlay. No, he's really awesome. Super funny guy, and I've loved the content you guys have been making. For sure, it's so crazy, like for me to like, because I know you, so it's like it's so interesting to like see. It's so interesting to like see you like on this space, because it's like it's not unusual now because I'm used to it, but like before it was like wow, it's like crazy.
I can imagine.
You know? But it
was weird for me. It was weird for me too, because I'm like, I'd like just be sitting and I'd be like, hey, that's a really nice view. Like, can you take a picture of me? Like, I'm thinking of posting on Instagram. And like, I think back and I kind of have like an out of body experience. I'm like, is this me? I'm like, what's going on? Like, like, I mean, it's so crazy. It's actually insane, but it's fun. It's really, it's a good growth. So, I love it.
No, for sure. And would you say like the whole, like, have you enjoyed it? Like the whole adjustment to this whole like social media, like space, like becoming a brand in a way, like, has it been an enjoyable experience?
It's been fun. It's really been fun, because as I said with my blog, now Instagram, my feed it's my thing. You know what I mean? Everything relies, it's my rules, my voice. So it's been really fun being able to give out things on my terms, just posting what I like, and I don't know if I'm making sense. But I love the fact that I'm in control. Do you know what I mean? I'm in control of what I give out, and the fact that what I'm giving out is getting responded. So it's been such a good and positive response. It's fun. It's amazing. It's really great to see. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah. And I wanted to ask, this is just seeing as, again, going back to, like, because you've grown a following now, you know, you're in the thousands of followers on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Is there a pressure, or do you find that there's a pressure with like you know, like almost people are watching every word you say or thing you do, like on the channel? Like, do you guys like always make sure that you like don't say anything out of turn, all that kind of stuff? Like, is there a pressure in being, you know, looked at all the time?
I mean, there was pressure before, because I mean, it is kind of like all eyes on you and it's a different thing. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what is this? But I think just slowly moving into the space, I don't think there's, for me personally, there's literally no pressure, because like I know who I am and like I know what I stand for. So I know the content that I give out will never be offensive to anyone.
Yeah.
I have respect for myself. I have respect for everyone around me. So I think, yeah, I mean, when we do shoot videos, obviously we try to make sure we are genuine. We are aware of what like our surroundings, what's going on around us. So we make sure that we don't say things out of line. But there isn't necessarily like pressure, because it happens subconsciously. We always make sure that the content we give out, or the content I give out on my Instagram, is always respectful to myself, always respectful to others, and not offensive in any way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I was chatting to.
Yeah.
I was just chatting because that was actually a question from Jubs, one of the other guys on Dealers, and he was like saying, and I sort of remixed the question a bit, and I guess this is like a part 2 to it. Do you feel like, again, going on the whole responsibility, do you feel like you have a responsibility as an influencer now, you know, to you know, always say the right things, all that kind of stuff, or do you find it easy to just be yourself?
I mean, you definitely do have a responsibility as an influencer, definitely. Especially, for example, I'm gonna make an example of our reality right now with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Like, we do have responsibility. We have to speak. You know what I mean? We have to educate people. We have to we have to show people, like, get angry. You know what I mean? Let's move. Let's like make an awareness. You know what I mean? So we definitely have a responsibility to the people that we follow, and just give a message and make sure that we always remind people what we stand for, and always remind people what they should be aware of and where their mindset should be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to bring that up, just because like we come from a family which has historically been very, you know, very how can I put it, you know, on the front lines, if you want to say. You know, we've had you know, our grandparents were very involved in like the freedom movement against South Africa and all that kind of stuff, and we, you know, we have a good history there. So there's always been, I can say for me, there's always been like that side inside of me. So like when all of this with George Floyd that recently happened a couple weeks ago, like I've this one, like, I don't know why, but this one like hits differently to the others. You know what I mean? I don't know about
crazy.
You.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, there were obviously, I would say it starts, it's probably been happening, but it only got awareness, let's say, 2015. And obviously it was going on. There were movements, there were protests happening in 2015. And not that I didn't care, but I think I don't know how to say this, but I didn't give myself time to be aware. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay, it's happening, you know, and I just kind of let it. I don't know, because I was young, or I just like, I don't know, I can't even blame it on age. I think I just blame it on myself that I didn't give myself time to be aware of the situation that was happening to, you know, our people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now with this one, I don't know, like, as you said, now it's crazy. Like with this one, it's hitting home so much, because it's like, this is still happening. Like this, we're still crying about the same thing. Like, it's really, it's so frustrating, because it's like, we've been crying for like 5-6 years, longer than that actually, right? But then now come to think that after everything we've been through, after everything, like, we have tried to educate you guys about, you're still doing this to us. You're still attacking us and violating us and discriminating. Like, for what? You know what I mean? For what reason? Like, what reason? Why are you angry? Surely we are the ones supposed to be angry at you. Why are you guys still angry at us? Why are you still hurting us? So it's really like this time around, like I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm so frustrated.
Me too.
It's this is
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know, like, because even, you know, I was telling a friend, I was saying, like, I'm not even like surprised anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, it sucks that I have to every month.
It's our norm.
It's our norm.
It's
Like
literally our norm.
every month, every 2 months, I have to see another black person that gets killed, you know, due to whatever. And I'm just like, yes, like, honestly, this is such an outdated way of thinking, like legitimately outdated way of thinking. And then you're still in 2020 of all, like, you're still thinking like this. I don't understand.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like,
what
do you do? Like, what do you want us to say? What more can we say? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, how can we make you understand?
I think it's like I've gotten to a point now, and I think this has made me realize, and I think I've always known this, but because of this specifically, I now realize that it's not our responsibility as black people or people of color to change like white supremacist racism anymore. Like, it's not.
100%.
We're not the problem. We're not the problem. You are clearly
100%.
You guys have to fix this issue. This is an issue that you have formed, and now you guys have to fix this issue. So yeah, I think it's like a internal anger with them that's just like manifested, that you don't know where is this core, like why what is the origin of this anger? Like, why are you so angry? Why are you so mad at us? Like there's so many whys, and there's so many, it's like, it's so frustrating. Like it's like, and as you said, like, it's not our job to educate you. Surely, as a human being, you need to know, you need to understand how to respect someone, no matter what race, no matter, like, respect, really. So it's just, it's an emotional, it's very frustrating. Extremely, yeah.
Period to be in right now, and especially with everything going on now, it's like, I mean, this is 2020 has been a hell of a year. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like one crazy thing after the next.
It's been crazy, and I think, like, obviously we've seen obviously a lot of cases in South Africa very similar to what's been happening. Not necessarily in the same vein with like that's linked to racism, but just with police forces, like police
brutality.
That's it. Yeah. So I think. And I don't know what's happening. This year is just kind of, it's like, just taking a life of its own, honestly.
It's so scary. I think I saw something on Instagram. It was like, now when you're scared, who do you call? Because you're not going to call the police, because they are they are the problem. Do you get what I mean? Like, who do you call? Who do you run to? So it's so scary that this has become our reality. Like, being black is now, you have to be scared. Like, now it's like a death sentence. That's our reality.
No, it really is. And I was at Santon today, and there was a cop just outside, like the cop car. It was empty, and I was walking past because I knew I had to drive past to go out the main entrance.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I properly got like, you know, like not scared, but I still did, even before all of this police brutality stuff. Like, whenever I'd see a cop or like a roadblock, I'd get like nervous. I don't know why. I haven't done anything wrong. I was just like, nah.
Yeah. But that's the thing. We've been taught to be scared. We've been taught that we are victims. We are the victims. Do you know what I mean? Just breathing is a crime for us. So be scared, be aware, which is such a scary place to be in, and such a frustrating way to live. Is every day you have to be on your toes. Every day you have to be scared. You know what I mean? So it's
No, it really is.
It's very, very scary reality.
No, it really is. But kind of going back to it was a nice segue. Thank you. I wanted to kind of go back to being yourself.
Kind of like digress there.
I know, that's fine though. That was a good one. See, this is
but it's good though, yeah. Yes, there's a chat. Yeah,
that's important.
Chat.
How? I guess my last kind of two questions on this whole the influencer thing. How important is it to stand out, being like in the public eye, if you will?
Standing out.
Or is it important? Or is it important? That's maybe a better question.
I mean, it is quite good to have your own style, to have your own type of, to be different, I guess. It's good to be different. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't say, like don't put too much pressure on trying to be different, because I feel like it's something that happens subconsciously. Do you know what I mean? It's not an automatic thing that you have to keep on pressing. You have to keep on resetting. Like, if you love yourself and you are able to portray yourself the way you want to, like the way you want to be seen, or the way you want yourself to be seen, and you appreciate yourself and you appreciate the content that you're giving out, I think being different and standing out really comes subconsciously, you know?
For sure. Absolutely, yeah. And what are the pros and cons of like YouTube and the whole Instagram career and all that kind of stuff? What are the pros and cons of like the whole career?
For me, I'm going to start with cons first. For me, it's definitely the privacy line. I think sometimes it gets blurred a lot, which is really weird for me to say, because I was like the queen of privacy. I was off the grid for like literally all my life.
Yeah.
So now I'm like public in a sense.
Yeah.
So I've kind of forgotten how to live in moments privately and don't have to capture all the time, don't have to post all the time. So I guess that would be the con. Just kind of now I have to adjust to being private. I have to adjust to not everything has to be on a social platform. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And the pro. So I have a pro in my mind that I have to like say for it. The pro is definitely, I didn't realize how influential I am, or that I can be.
Yeah.
For example, with my style, I think that's like a really big pro, because I have so much confidence in my style.
Yeah.
Now that I ever had before. Like, I've always dressed like different and kind of risk taking, but I never actually thought it'd be influential. So I guess the pro would be, it's really like cool to see that like people really dig my style and people actually like appreciate like pieces that I've like put together. So it really has boosted up my fashion sense in a way, because now I'm like I've become even more of a risk taker, because I'm like, wow, like people think like that's cool, like let me show them this. Like, it's just giving me more of like confidence to be like, to kind of to express myself even more and not to care like what people are going to say, in a sense. I'm just becoming more of a risk taker. I'm finding more confidence in myself, more confidence in my voice, loving myself even more, and just doing me, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And this is, I guess, the last kind of deep question. But what does it mean to be truly authentic?
Like I said, being authentic definitely comes subconsciously. It happens subconsciously if you love yourself, or if you're on a journey of self-love and you love what you're putting out there, and you are accepting of the portrayal of yourself and the person you're becoming. Authenticity comes naturally. You know what I mean? Just like you were saying, in terms of the pressure, I can't remember what you were saying, but like pressure and stuff, like you can never pressure yourself to be different, for example, to stand out. It comes subconsciously, comes automatically. So again, authenticity really comes automatically. It comes with, I think, the place and the position that you are in your life. Like if you, again, are on a journey of loving yourself, or you are at that destination of fully loving yourself, like you have full confidence in yourself. I mean, authenticity could be you just lying on the grass, like your feet, and that's your post. Like that's you being authentic. That's you being you. That's you being real. So yeah, definitely an automatic setting.
Sure, that is amazing. This is great. This is
really fun.
This is great.
Really fun.
So yeah, this is obviously like the shorter segments. Obviously because of quarantine, you know, I think people don't want to.
Oh yeah.
And also for us, I don't think we want to be on like an hour and a half, 2 hour Zoom call as well. So I think, just to kind of keep the.
How long has this call been?
I think about 30 something minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, it was like longer.
Yeah. Maybe. No, but definitely when we're back up in normal vibes where we can at least see each other, we must definitely do this again. Get some more topics, because I think we touched on some awesome stuff, and I think we always have good convos. So I'm ready to.
I'm excited to like get into the studio, into the art dealer studio. I've never been, so
yeah, no, we'll make
really
it happen.
Sad.
We'll make it happen for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss you. I miss you so much. It's so good to see you.
Miss you too. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. So I had to get you on. Yeah, you. In fact, if I had to rank it, and I'm sorry to everyone who's listening, it's like my sister.
Z and Timbo are gonna see this, so I think you better choose your words wisely.
Okay, let me not say anything. I'll DM you.
Yeah, because you're gonna get that angry taste. Like, I watched the podcast and I'm very disappointed.
Oh yeah, because I've been punting it, so they'll probably see this one. But I love all my I love all my cousins. But Mpho, you and I have always had a special connection.
One.
We've always had a special connection since day one.
I think it's the dreads.
It is.
It must be the dreads.
Yeah, both. I mean, my dreads are gone. That was back in like 20. That was like back when I was 13.
Imagine how long your dreads would have been if you kept them.
Yes,
but I doubt you would have kept them anyway. Cause.
I think I was gonna get rid of them eventually.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, I don't see a lot of guys with dreads. Like, there's hardly guys with dreads.
Yeah, it's quite a dated style in my opinion. But for guys at least, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have like the whole Haas thing going on, like the whole Travis Scott vibes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's not bad. I guess Travis makes it cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I think Travis just brought that steez back, should I say?
Yeah, for
sure. Of gents having long hair.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's definitely very cool.
But yeah, is there anything? Oh yes, before we go, where can the people find you? You know, all your socials. Plug yourself this time.
I literally have. Hold on, let me just take this. I literally have one social only. It's Instagram. I think it's Mo_Mdluli. Mo.Mdluli. I don't know my Instagram.
I'll put it up and then people can see.
It's actually very embarrassing. Yeah. This always happens in videos because I'm like, it's Mo_. So yeah, Karabo will plug you. But yeah, it is Mo. Mdluli.mo. There we go.
I think that's it.
My cameraman's got me. Yeah, Mdluli.mo. Yeah, that's me. On Instagram, just Instagram.
All right, good. All right, thank you so much.
Don't have Facebook.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Biggest fear is getting catfished. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this cool.
Everyone's fear.
Thought-provoking.
100%. But yeah,
conversation. Love it.
Yeah, we must chat more.
We should. We should. And, good luck with work. Good luck with the lockdown.
Yeah.
Say hi to the family for me.
Will do. And yeah, have a
All right then.
Let me end the
you
recording.
Too.